If you could just go through the team sheets for us.
No worries. I'll start with NRL Victoria. We've got Sol Suasu at fullback, Philip Masalasolo and Ethan Barlow on the wings, Loco Tonga and Waka Hakopa Brown, Rapana Edwards on, in the centres, LJ Nonu and Rua Ropawama in the halves, Pritchard, Tapelu and Kome Tuati in the front row, Tau Fale, Tapau and Kopolani in the back row, Ohepa, Taunoa, Taunu, Siolu Lilo, Fraser, Leo Mayava and Taukapawa. That's the NRL Victoria side.
And this is the Newcastle side, which is Amara, Forbes, Sams, Griffin, Faulkner, Dates, Aoki, Williams, Ellers, Scioli, Charles, Lowe, Gordon, Such, O'Brien, Bacon, Morris, and Tapay. And we're underway in the Under-14’s trophy final. And it's a good first kick by NRL Victoria and good defence there first by the Victorian team. And they've lost it. Looks like number 8 there, which was Jared Williams from Nelson's Bay, has coughed his lolly's first run.
I think you find it's Ellers in 9, and great kick-off there by Masalasolo, just drove it down deep and hard. We've seen a few errors in the previous 3 matches earlier on today, and a great opportunity here for NRL Victoria to open the scoring.
Absolutely. And that's number 21, I think it was.
25, Loco Tonga.
Good defence here by Newcastle. Victoria goes to the right. He's trying to push up towards the line to get over there, but plays it 2 metres short. And that's great play out to the right. Good tackle there by Newcastle. Can't see who that is actually. Good low tackle there by number 17. And there's the first kick of the day. Good take there by Newcastle. And that's first completed set for Victoria.
Yeah, Taylor Griffin, great anticipation there. Good hit from Victoria. Not really getting expansive on the first set there from Victoria, but Newcastle working away from their own line.
Back in the inside. The referee calls fifth tackle there. That's a good left foot kick. Gets it over the 50-metre line. The referee calls knock back. And that's number 1, which is Solu Salahu from Waverley in Victoria.
And still good field position here for Victoria, not too deep in their own half.
Great defence there by the Newcastle team. And this is number 17, which is Christian Sololu from Northern Thunder. Good run there. They play it out to the right through number 15. And that's a good run. He's made 10 metres there. They take the kick. Newcastle lets it bounce. And the referees call it a knock on to Victoria, and it's a play the ball 15 metres away from their goal line, Newcastle.
Yeah, right idea there from KC Taunoa to put the kick in, but just didn't get the result that he wanted. Awkward sort of bounce. Letting the bounce sort of causes errors sometimes, but Newcastle, again, trying to work it away from their own end, trying to get a bit of field position early in this game.
Good defence. Oh, the referee's called a strip. That's Shane Grolo, the referee, the main referee today. And we've got touch judges Jai Pastamologo and Tim Warewell.
And double duty for Tim on the touch judges today. He's been great out there in the first game. Now back out here for the second stint.
And that's a good run there by Jared Williams from Nelsons Bay in my local area. There you go. Good passing here. Number 11. Good offload. Number 11, that's William Charles from Central Charlestown.
Oh, that looked flat.
Yes, it was a very flat ball to Chase Morris, but good offload. And Newcastle's tackled short, 2 minutes short of the 40-metre line. Good passing here. Oh, this is right in front of us here. There was Mason Forbes from Windale. And here's number 4, which is Taylor Griffin from Western Suburbs. And 5th tackle. They go to the left. Kick there by number 6, which is Ty David Dates. And good defence there by Newcastle to put Victoria 20 metres out from their own goal line.
Yeah, definitely where Newcastle want to be. Definitely not what they want to give away. A penalty marker not being square there. So poor discipline creeping in. We've seen the wind play part in the first 3 games, whether it's kicks being missed or kicks not finding touch. And that was touched by the number 4, Taylor Griffith, so we're going to see a scrum feed to NRL Victoria, but a wind that's played, it's been windy all day.
He got away with that, the Victorian kicker there.
Yeah, I think you find LJ Nonu trying to find the touch. And
James, there's been some cracking games prior to this one. Do you think that this one will be the same as the other 3 earlier today?
Oh, well, let's hope so. We've seen 2 games go into extra time into the second half, and the other one, 20 points to 12 win that Illawarra had. So it's been a cracking day of rugby league. We've got 3 games to go, so let's hope that this game is just like those 3 previous.
Oh, knock on there by number 8, which is Brett Pritchard from Sunbury in Victoria, and Newcastle get the ball 40 metre on the 40-metre line. They go down the short side. Good run here by number 5, which is Zeke Faulkner from Swansea Caves. And here's number 8, which is Jared
Williams. Gee, he's shown some toe.
Yeah, he's got some speed for a big fella. Looks like Victoria was well offside there, but the referees let them play on there.
Numbers wide right if they shift it. They come back to the left.
Great try. In and away, and it looks like that was number 7, the halfback, which is Logan Okoki from Western Suburbs. Great play there, James. Looked like they were going to go to the right there, but went down the short side. A step to the left, and over he goes. Yeah,
and they probably should have gone to the right-hand side. They had several numbers on the overlap, but it's just this anticipation by Logan Ayoke to sort of step back on the inside, and some poor defence on the inside from NRL Victoria, and they get the opening points.
Well, great play there. It was all Jared Williams. He's run down the sideline for a big fella. He had a good run through that middle and made the meters to get down the other end, and his halfback Logan has made the most of that.
Yeah, definitely. Now they're trying to convert the try. King has been a bit of a mixed bag for all 6 teams that have played so far.
And the Touchies have waved their flags up, and that's 6 points, 2-0 to Newcastle. I don't know about you, James. I'm a mad Newcastle Knights fan, and it is different to see a bit of green and white compared to red and blue.
Yeah, definitely. I get a flashback, I don't know why, to the North Queensland Fury franchise that was in the A-League probably over a decade ago. Very weird to see Newcastle in the green, but here we are, and they score the first points, converted try by Tyrese Gordon out of Western Suburbs, as they take it away from their own end.
And that's a good run. First up by number 17, which is Lachlan O'Brien from Valentine.
Equally good shot there by Brent Pritchard, possibly a bit high, but very physical.
And here's number 13, which is Therese Gordon from the Western Suburbs Club in Newcastle. They go to the left. Here's a good offload there, I think, by number 11, which was William Charles. He's a very tall boy for under-14s.
Yeah, it's crazy how some of these kids grow. We were talking about it with Mark O'Mealy in the last game. So, some of these kids that get onto the weight programs and they just become big and strong.
That's number 10, Joe Soley from Cardiff. Well, it looked like he was going to drop that ball then, but he's regathered it and earned himself a good kick. And it's still going backwards there. Looks like they're going to get tackled, Victoria, there 10 metres out of their own try line.
Yeah, well, that's probably the best kick we've seen all day from any side here playing on this side. The wind blowing from right to left normally, but that was probably the deepest kick that we've seen. Very good kick there from Newcastle and trying to work off the back with their defence.
And this they go out to the right to, looks like number 10, which is Lester Kamotitia from Werribee. And good kick, 40 metres. Is he going to go for the 40-20? Oh, unfortunately, it just goes into touch there, and unfortunately, Newcastle now earn themselves a seven tackle set.
Yeah, touching goal, and I'm really scratching my head as to why no team has tried the 40-20, especially playing from this side with the wind at their back. The first real opportunity that we've seen someone go for the 40-20 almost came off, but just plain dead. Newcastle, like you said, 7 tackle set.
And here's number 3, which looks like a bit of Jared Croker in the green, but that's Harrison Sams from South Newcastle. And here's Jay Solu from Cardiff again. This is number 17, Lachlan O'Brien, 40 metres out from their own try line. And that's a good run. And gets the offload. Here's number 9, which is Tamala Sayers. Goes across the field, passes it to number 11, which is William Charles. And William Charles takes the tackle. That was a good play there, James.
Yeah, a bit of expansive football. Haven't really seen it up until that point, and that's when they've looked their most dangerous. So let's see what they do here to finish off the set.
Good scramble there for number 11, which is Tafoa from Werribee for Victoria. And that's a good take by Victoria's number 14, which is Reese. He's from Casey.
Yeah, Hohepa, great anticipation. Probably cut off the fullback. Don't know if he was meant to do that, but now we see a good run. In fact, I think that is the fullback, Salsalu.
Yep. He's been called sent back by the referee. And that's number 2, which is Philip Amasu from Sunshine. And
I think we've got a referee injury here.
The referee,
Shane Crollo, he's pointing his back. He's not well at all.
The referee, Shane Garlow. Unfortunately, he's looks like he's done his back there.
We don't see this often at all. Let's hope it's not too serious, but he will have to go off and be evaluated, and we don't have our standing referee.
I'm not sure if he's called the stop clock when he got injured, but we have stopped the clock. No, we haven't stopped the clock. We've got 11 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the first half. we've got Newcastle 6 over NRL Victoria. And it looks like down on the benches there that they might have to get a substitute referee.
Yeah, well, they normally have a backup referee just in case for instances like this. I remember Caroline Nolan in the semi-finals earlier this year of the Under-23's having to be replaced. She was fit and ready for the finals. But, you know, this young gentleman out here, he would have been training and getting ready just in case he needs to come out, and he's ready to go.
Well, I'm not sure of the referee's name, but he probably wasn't expecting to referee this game, but he's got the duty now. And here's NRL Victoria on the right-hand side, looking for the offload. And unfortunately, there's a knocker on there by NRL Victoria.
So just the contrast of styles, Newcastle playing a bit more direct, only just in the last couple of minutes trying to throw the ball around, whereas NRL Victoria trying to force the pass a bit, trying to get the offload when they should be playing a bit more direct. So another error there for NRL Victoria. Newcastle, they've got the early lead, and looks to me they're going to get some more field position.
One-on-one strip there. Referees unfortunately called it knock on there, and it looks like NRL Victoria going to have the feed here.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. They're very 50-50 calls. He's definitely played at it, but they're going to rule that it was a loose carry from Newcastle. So scrum for Victoria, 30 metres out, and potentially the play that they need to try and get over the line.
Yeah, and level these scores. We've got 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this first half. And they spread the ball early. Good take there by Salusu.
Equally good tackle by Fours. He's hurt himself. Came racing in off the right wing, and he just did not connect well at all with that tackle, grabbing the ribs instantly. Let's hope he's all right. But
and just while we're here, just a shout out to all the volunteers that do put these events on, the trainers, the coaches. Without those people that take up their time on the weekends to put an event on like this, we don't have an event. So thank you very much to those people that have put this event on today.
Yeah, 100%. You know, all the time spent. I'm sure that there's a lot of things that people could be doing on their weekends, but we come down here for the love of the footy and the love of these guys, you know, aspiring to be footballers of a high grade. So we come here, we watch, we support, and see the great talent on show.
We got one of the other referees, Todd Lidbury, out there doing a bit of work to the main referee to make sure he's got all his gear set up.
Yeah, it looks like a broken arm there for Mason Forbes. Such a shame, already up in a sling. See what happens. They've moved the 4 Tally Griffin out there to the right wing. Bit of a reshuffle for Newcastle. Let's see if NRL Victoria try and exploit that.
And this is Tafo'o from Werribee. He's 20 metres out. Plays the ball, goes to the right. In and away. Passing. Spreads the ball. This fella's I think this is number 1, Sasalu again, I think.
Yeah, a few early touches.
Unfortunately, the referee's called a loose play there. So we'll have a knock-on by NRL Victoria, and we'll have a scrum feed to Newcastle 10 metres out.
Yeah, just not getting up to his feet completely, trying to play the ball a bit too quickly and causing a lost ball. But they've made a few errors down this end of the park, so Newcastle getting off the hook quite a few times. And their first chance down in the half of Victoria, they did score points, so they just stay in the grind and get back into the half of Victoria, see if they can't score any more points.
Oh, that was unfortunate there. I thought that was a loose carry again, but the referee's called a strip.
Yeah, much needed penalty deep inside their own half, so interesting. They will go for the tap restart instead of the... Oh, good contact there.
Yes, that was number 11, which is Tafahu, sorry. Good defence there again by Victoria. Tries to go in and away there. Good pushback there by number 20, which is Lolo Mavava from Sunbury. Newcastle go to the left to spread the ball. And this is Harrison Sams. Harrison Sams down the touchline. He's got the fullback to beat. He offloads there to Arama. And Arama's going to go all the way. What a great try. Team effort try there. And that's Teresa Rama from the Western Suburbs. And the referee points to the spot. And we have 6 minutes left and Newcastle take a 10-point lead with a kick to come, James.
Yeah, well, great speed shown there by Harrison Sims to get it on the outside, and then the just simple backup play there from Tyrese Arama, supporting up in the middle. Had enough speed to beat LJ Nonu there on the outside and get another 4-pointer.
Yes, this was fantastic effort there by Harrison Sams to in and away from the NRL Victoria defence there and get the offload to Arama, and Newcastle take a 10-point lead with this kick to come. 20 metres out on the left-hand touchline.
Going to see Bailey Lowe come back out onto the field in jersey 12, pink and blue headgear.
And it looks like William Charles has gone off, and he earns himself a good rest there.
And on comes the 20, Chase Morris. The Morris boys not playing for the Dragons or the Bulldogs.
I don't think they're brothers though, but they got the same surname, unless they play at different clubs.
Oh, that'd be a bit of trouble. Travelling to Macquarie and then the Western Suburbs.
And unfortunately, the touchies have waved that one away, and that's Newcastle.
Number 1, Tyrese Arama.
That's Newcastle 10. Victoria nil with 4 minutes and 32 seconds remaining.
Newcastle 10, NRL Victoria yet to score.
Yeah, well, NRL Victoria have got to hold their heads high. They may be down by 10 points nil, but until the 3 games that we have seen, the team leading at halftime has not been the team that's gone on to win the game. So definitely have to hold their heads up high, play hard for the final 4 minutes in the first half.
It's really good to see Victoria. We all know that it's an AFL sporting code, but it's great to see that we've got NRL Victoria in this competition here today. And we're here.
Solid hit.
That was a great hit by number 8 for
Brent Pritchard.
Brett Pritchard. I wonder if he's related to Kenny Pritchard.
Yeah, maybe even Frank the Tanker.
Oh, Frank Pritchard, yeah.
Certainly hits like him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we had Richard Swain's son playing earlier, Will Swain, in the Illawarra side.
And here's number 16, which is Harper Sutt from Central Charlestown. And they go to the left to, this is Chase Morris from Western Suburbs. And it's the 5th tackle just over there, halfway line there. It's a good kick with a bit of the wind. Oh, unfortunately, that was dropped there by, looks like it was number 4, and he's come back away with his, clutching at his hand. Taylor Griffin from the Western Suburbs.
Well, they can't afford to lose another right winger. They've already lost Mason Forbes. So
exactly.
if Taylor Griffin goes out, that's another winger they'll have down. Her Hepper on the field. Let's see if he can spark this Victoria attack. No, lost ball.
Yeah, unfortunately the referee's seen a loose carry there by number 10, which is Kamuhu Titi. Is that how you say it?
Komi Tuati.
Komi Tuati, sorry.
Tuati from Werribee.
And we've got just over 2 minutes remaining in this first half. It's Newcastle 10, NRL Victoria nil. And this is Harrison Sam from South Newcastle.
Pretty solid first half from Sams.
Yes. Every time he's got got the ball. He's gone through the first line of defence, so that's the idea of rugby league. Unfortunately, that's Jared Williams. He did all the hard work to try and get a quick play of the ball and just didn't do the fundamental errors correctly.
No, not at all, and not long left in this first half, a minute 30. Let's see if Victoria don't have a trick up their sleeve. We've seen a few trick scrum plays from a few sides today. Let's see what they got.
Well, unfortunately, that wasn't a trick play.
They tricked themselves.
And I'm not sure who that is, but
Looks like Tafeo out there.
the referees called the trainer off for some reason.
Yeah, they can only spend a limited amount of time on the field, the trainers. So the referees doing their job, making sure that they're on the field only when they're meant to be. Good driving defence there, Tyrese Gordon.
And here's number 20, which is Lamovavava. Referees told him to get up and play the ball. And here's number 7, which is Rapana. And the referees called it knock on with 15 seconds remaining left in this first half. Looks like NRL Victoria will have one play left.
Yeah, they're going to need to pack the scrum if they want to stop the clock.
Yeah.
It could have been a penalty there against Newcastle for throwing the ball away, but... No, we won't see another play, so
No.
I'm not too sure if they're not allowed to call time off. I have seen time blown off, but Newcastle take the lead heading into the break.
Yes, it's Newcastle 10, NRL Victoria 0. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with you shortly.
You're starting to feel the cold out there, or you're out in the sun, you need a hat, maybe go quick down there and see Struddies or Zavara. I'm sure they can do a deal for you. Getting late in the day.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bar TV Sports here at Morrie Oval at Wyong. We have the Under-14’s trophy final, Newcastle versus NRL Victoria. It's 10 points to nil. My name is Josh Wilton, and I'm joined by James, who's been calling the games earlier today. What do you think of that first half there, James?
Yeah, it was a pretty conservative first half from both sides. Newcastle sort of took the most of their opportunities that they were given, a long-range effort. But I think NRL Victoria, they've just got to get back to basics, sort of one up off the ruck, get some good field position, kick it down into the corners. There was a lot of offloads and trying to force the pass there in that first half. So if they just, use their big pack and try and mow it through the forwards, I think they'll have a better chance to score some points.
They've done pretty good here in this first set of the second half. Fourth tackle, 40 metres out from their own goal line. They look to spread it to number 17, which is Solo Lino from Northern Thunder. And the referee calls fifth tackle. They spread the ball. Kick from the 40. And one of those bounces, and it looks like the referee's going to call a knock-on to Newcastle, and NRL Victoria are going to get the ball here in nice field position early in the second half. Yeah,
definitely something that they wanted. They've got the breeze not at their backs, but a kick can still be dangerous. Just put it up high and sort of pray and hope. You spoke about off-air, the addition of NRL Victoria into the Jersey Fleet competition for this year for the under-20s. And, the success that Victoria has had thus far in the 15's trophy last year, winning in 2017. So there has been success here for the Victoria side in a rep comp, in a rugby league competition, as we see the 14 sort of break through a couple of tackles. But Victoria, they got a 10-point deficit, a hill to climb. And we talk about the 10-point turnaround, or we have done earlier, but they've got the breeze going the wrong way, so they've got the uphill battle.
Here's number 17, which is Solo Lino from Northern Thunder again. And they go to the left, look to spread it. Oh.
Yeah, double knock on there.
Double knock on, yes, called by the referee. So we're going to have a scrum to NRL. No, the referee's calling a scrum to Newcastle, by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think it was a knock-on into the Newcastle player there from Loco Tonga. Number 25 out there. Not a lot of possession there, so their outside backs haven't really got involved. Brown, Rappin Edwards and Masala Solo. Very quiet day for them, but a lot of hard work for the forwards. They'll be getting tired. The bench players will have to come on. Here's Sams.
Yes, Harrison Sams from South Newcastle. He's been in everything today, but looks like...
Well, surely, yeah. When's he held?
Yes. You could hear it in the effects mics from the supporters in the crowd, and the referee blows a penalty there for continuing with the tackle after being called held. here's number 18, which is Jacob Bacon. I love a bit of bacon. I love my bacon. It's my favourite food. And here's William Charles. And here's Jared Williams going out to the right and makes 10 metres there. NRL Victoria definitely need to aim up in this set in defence. But they didn't want a dummy half there. And here's Sarisa Rara. Good offload. Back to his halfback, which is Logan Okoki. Both of them have both all scored tries today. And good kick into the in goal. Is he going to get out of here? Oh, that's great play. But unfortunately, no. Referee's going to call it held. And he's got back into the field of play. That's great play there by NRL Victoria. Unfortunately, I didn't see who it was. But,
yeah, I think you'll find it was Sasulu, but they've lost the football coming out of yardage, and it's going to be a 10-metre scrum here for Newcastle. It's great that they got out of the field of play, but the next couple of tackles, there's some tough carries that they've got to make there, and just losing the football, losing concentration. It seems to have got a bit warmer throughout the day. It did say tops to 19, but I swear it's about mid-20s out there. Bit of a breeze to speak about, but fatigue definitely setting in, especially with a lot of defence made there in the first half by Victoria.
And we've got Newcastle looking to spread the ball early. There's an overlap, but he goes himself. Is he going to go all the way? And he's over. The referee looks like he's going to point to the spot. And that's a try to Newcastle once again. And that takes the score to 14 points to nil with a kick to come. Did you happen to see who that was, James?
Oh, I think you'll find it's number 4, Taylor Griffin, out there on the right-hand side. Nice little cutback and just beating a few defenders. Thought he might have been held up there, but just getting over. No double movement. He was held up, but then just that second effort of momentum to get him over the line.
And by the looks of it, we're just having a look at the replay there just to see who that was. But I think you might be right there, James. I think it was Taylor Griffin from the Western Suburbs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's 14 points to nil with 18 minutes left in this first half.
Yeah, it was Taylor Griffin out there. Good ball there from the fullback in a Rama. Just a bit of early ball out there for Taylor Griffin. Playing out there on the wing with the injury to Mason Forbes, but he comes back on the inside. Natural instinct, kicks in as the centre, beats the inside defender, and a nice little try there.
And we have Taylor Griffin. Sorry, it's Harrison Sams taking the conversion there. Unfortunately, it was unsuccessful. And we have Newcastle 14, NRL Victoria nil. We were talking in the break there, James, about it's really good to see NRL Victoria in this competition, and the kids that play in this team. It's a credit to them and their families of their willingness to give everything a go.
Yeah, not only do you have AFL, but you've also got soccer, the A-League, as we see a huge hit. He's lost the ball before he's been put down, but that is a massive hit. Who was that? Ciolo Lilo with the hit on Lachlan O'Brien, and he's not well at all, the man from Valentine. Lost the ball before he made contact, but Ciolo Lilo absolutely levelled him.
Yes, it was a great tackle there. And it looks like
just a big shot in the ribs right there.
Yeah, Lachlan O'Brien would definitely be feeling that right now.
But yeah, as you were saying before, so you've got the AFL, you've got soccer with the A-League, so definitely a lot of avenues, and cricket as well, a lot of avenues for the kids of Victoria to sort of go down. But these kids here, they've chosen rugby league as their sport. They've also rugby union, so a lot of avenues But yeah, great to see Victoria Rugby League sort of grow and develop, and the young kids of tomorrow.
And it's great to see Country Rugby League giving them the opportunity to
right.
put their teams in this event, and it shows like that they've in the previous game they had a team in the cup final for the under-15s. Unfortunately, they went down in that one, but let's see how they go with the ball 20 metres out.
And I think you'll find Chase Morris is coming on for O'Brien as well in jersey 20 for Newcastle.
And they spread it out early to number 10, which is Kamodli Titi.
Oh, good driving tackle. Low.
Yeah, Braden Lowe from Valentine. They look like they're just the defence there for Newcastle. Great defence. We go to the right. Here's number 14, stepping away. He's got trolley feet. Number 14, which is Release Hoopy. Good kick there, but he's kicked it into a Newcastle player and he's regathered it. Last tackle. They have to go. No, he goes short and he out of dummy half, and the referee's going to point to the spot there. And it looks like it was. I'm just trying to see who that player was that scored that try.
Yeah, I think you might find it's the 9, Tapelu.
Clayton Tapelu from Hume City. He went himself out of dummy half. They had numbers out to the right, but goes himself from dummy half and gets the NRL Victorian team on the board. And we have Newcastle 14, NRL Victoria 4 with a kick to come. With 14 minutes left remaining in this second half here at Morriebreen Oval at Wyong. I'm not sure if you can see on the footage there, but there's a decent crowd over in the Joe Bishop stand. And he's 20 metres out here. And he's got he just didn't have the legs on it, unfortunately, but it's been waved away by the touchies. So the score still remains 14. Newcastle 14, NRL Victoria 4.
And apologies, I think you'll find it is Owen Taunu with the try and Tukapua with the misconversion. So yeah, 14 points to 4. Still 13 and a half minutes to go. So plenty of time for them to come back, and they've gone the right way about it, scoring a try.
Yeah, they were definitely in the second half. They needed to be the first team to score. Referee calls play on there. Bit of misconfusion for NRL Victoria. Referees call it play on. And here's number 20, which is Lomo Vanana from Sunbury. Just getting their forwards to push the ball up here, NRL Victoria. 1 out plays. And they're a couple of metres short of the halfway line with 2 tackles remaining. Inside play. There's space down the middle.
Victoria open there.
That's the try scorer. He's offloaded.
Number 13,
That's last tackle, and number 8 comes back on the field, Brett Pritchard.
It's Newcastle 14, NRL Victoria 4.
Oh, floater.
Yeah, the floater ball. And has the referee called 6 again there? It looks like he has.
Yeah, call
Yes,
it.
he
0.
has called 6 again. Here's number 17, which is Sony Loho. Geez, they're getting through the Newcastle defence, but they hold him up right on the try line.
Great chance out to the right.
They go to the dummy half again, and he's over. And that looks like that was number 9, the person that we thought it was earlier on the previous try, Clayton Tapel from Hume City. And the referee points to the spot. And that's going to be Newcastle 14, NRL Victoria 8, with the kick to come.
Yeah, well, second time that's happened. A man looking there from dummy half, some space out here to the right-hand side, but the defence right there on the goal line just not paying attention, and the man strolling over from dummy half.
Well, I think the coach at half-time definitely said that they need to push up through the middle and needed to be the first team to score, and they definitely have that with 2 tries so far in the second half here for NRL Victoria. And we have 10 metres out on the left-hand side, going for the conversion to make it 14 points to 10. Let's see if he can kick it, James.
Well, there's LJ Nonu there from dummy half, number 6 from Werribee, getting over.
Oh, it was number 6, was it?
Yeah, LJ Nonu. And waved away. They need to go up by 6s. That's not what they'd be looking for, but a change here. So on comes the 7 Rua Ropawama from Casey. Goal kicker goes off.
And
Go to NRL Victoria, their second for the match.
we've got
To number 6, LJ Nonu.
just under 10 minutes
Well
remaining,
converted,
James, and it's
Newcastle 14.
Newcastle
NRL
14,
Victoria
NRL
8.
Victoria 8. And good kick here by Newcastle. And they have the big front rower taking the first run, and he's made 15 metres. That's a great run. And he's tackled just short of the 20-metre line. And that's it.
Well, they've scored 2 tries now. They've built with a lot of confidence in this second half, so they're going to look to maybe throw the ball around, because they have been playing pretty direct up until this point in the second half. Simplified things a bit.
The only way to get down the other end is to go forward, and they've definitely done that in this first half. In this second half, sorry. A little short kick, trying to put Newcastle under pressure. That's a great take there by number 5, which is Zeke Faulkner from Swansea Caves.
And I think you'll find he was looking for the long kick, but just that wind holding the kick up, it has been a detriment to either side kicking.
Good defence here by NRL Victoria there. Number 17 and number 21. They're definitely trying to just complete this set here, Newcastle. Hold the ball and complete this set and put NRL Victoria back under pressure.
Oh, good ball.
Great ball.
Oh, no,
Jared.
forward. Oh. Well, Williams, he was through a gap right there.
I don't think that was forward. That was right in front of us. And but the referee and the touch judge have called it forward.
I'll tell you what, if he got through that gap, there was no one stopping him. The fullback, I don't care how good a defender he is. Williams, he's shown his pace here today. I reckon he skips right around him, and that might well be the ball game. So they've been let off here in NRL Victoria, and they've got a chance to come back, but they do have to get over the line and score. Oh, we'll convert the try. No, dare I say it? Could we be looking at 3 extra time games in four games?
Well, all I'm going to say is we've got 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. 14 points to 8 in favour of Newcastle, and we have NRL Victoria with the ball, so there is every chance of that happening, James. And that's a great run by number 16, which is Owen Tanu from Casey.
Yeah, scored the first try for NRL Victoria, got them on the front foot.
And here's number 8, which is Clayton Tapel. Sorry, Brett Pritchard, sorry.
Look at this, just nice direct running in behind the ruck. Now, late in the count, they'll blow time off. There's a player injured, but first 3 or 4 tackles just played really direct up through the middle and then spread it out wide.
We've got Therese Gordon getting looked at by the trainer there.
And Jake Morris looking to come on from Macquarie. We see the boys warming up down the back for our 5th contest, Group 6, up against the Group 2 side from North Coast. Should be a ripping contest. Under-15's trophy final kicking off at about 1:25.
Let's see what NRL Victoria can do here to get themselves back in this match. There's plenty of space to the left, and that's where they go. Oh, that's a good pass. Unfortunately, they've still got the ball there.
We signalled last. Wasn't touched by Newcastle.
Last tackle, unfortunately, this ball's... the wind's got that ball, and it's been knocked on by number 4.
Yeah, Waka Hakopa Brown Rapina Edwards.
That is a name.
Try to say that 5 times fast, but first time we've called his name here today besides the running out of the teams.
And it probably wasn't the best time to call it either.
Oh, no.
With a knock on.
Well, here go Newcastle. They definitely want to get another try here before the end of the game.
That's a great run by Faulkner from Swansea Caves. And here's Jared Williams again. He's been... he's definitely been their go-forward for Newcastle, Jared Williams.
He's one of those, I wouldn't say undersized forwards, but he's the right sort of height, a good size in terms of, he's big, strong, quick, very lengthy and awkward to tackle, and I think, speed being his best asset, that's sort of what has put him over the defenders or around the defenders here today.
Number 13 here for NRL Victoria just looks like he's getting the concussion test done. Kisa Kovalia from Casey. There's a number of players in this team from Casey. And here's number 20, which is Chase Morris from Western Suburbs. Good play here to the left. Referee said not held, play on. And Arama from Western Suburbs has definitely made the most of those metres there. They go down the short side with the halfback, which is Logan Oroka, who's already scored a try today. We have number 13, Therese Gordon, taking the kick there. What's the referee going to call here?
Well, they're going to call played off Newcastle. So Victoria with the ball, 4 1/4 to go, down by 6.
Jade and Jared Williams there with the defence there. And
he's been hurt in the tackle.
Another stoppage in play with 4 minutes exactly left on the clock. We have Newcastle 14, NRL Victoria number 8 here at Maury Breen Oval. And just a reminder, we have coming up in our next game, North Coast Bulldogs with the red, white and green, and Group 6 Junior Rugby League, black and orange, in the Under-15's trophy final. So that's following this Newcastle versus NRL Victoria Under-14's trophy final match. And just a bit of concern here for one of the NRL Victorian players. And just we would like, on behalf of our Country Rugby League, we'd like to thank their sponsors for putting on this event today. And if you're watching here on Bar TV Sports, feel free to share the games, any comments that you'd like to put on in regards to any of the players that you're watching on the live stream. Feel free, and we'll try and see if we can answer any of your questions if you have any.
Just trying to see who that player was in the scruff. He did get slung down.
definitely some concern here for the NRL Victorian player. We just unfortunately can't see who the actual player is.
I think you find it was the bloke that scored the first try for NRL Victoria, Owen Taunu from Casey. Just slung down an awkward tackle here, and I've seen it many times in the AFL, players sort of trapping their arms and getting caught in that head, shoulder, neck region. It's not a pleasant tackle to be had, and he looks in the world of hurt, and let's hope he's all right.
There's definitely some concern here for NRL Victorian players.
And it's a real shame we've had such a free-flowing day. Obviously it can't be helped, but a few stoppages, a few injuries at the back end of this one. Definitely not what you want to see. Trainers out there, duty of care of the players, making sure they're looked after.
Yes, it's definitely a thankless job, what the trainers and the coaches do to put these players on the field each day that they take the field. So we thank you very much for the people in, at the moment, red and blue shirts for NRL Victoria. So we thank you very much for your assistance with the NRL Victorian team.
So we'll just go through some of the earlier scores from today. So we had our first game that obviously went into extra time. One of the two games that has done so far. Newcastle defeating Illawarra 16 points to 6. So we're locked at 6 apiece and 2 tries in the first and second halves respectively of extra time. Newcastle going away winners there in a fantastic try to Illawarra. Excuse me, Illawarra's Ethan Cliff. Probably the try of the day for mine. And that was in the Under-15's plate final. In the Under-14's plate final, we had Illawarra winning over Group 3 20 points to 12. And in the Under-15's Cup final, we had a win for Group 3 over NRL Victoria.
We're just going to got a bit of concern here, as you can see here on the oval here at Maury Breen. We've got 4 minutes left in this second half. Newcastle 14, NRL Victoria 8.
I dare say there might be a neck injury. That's why they're taking the precautions that they need to.
And I just found out that Shane, the referee that was was meant to be the main referee for this game, it is actually a back injury. So I hope he is okay, and plenty of ice on that that back of his, and hopefully get him back out on the field shortly.
Yeah, Shane Crowlow, he started off pretty well with his officiating, but coming to that back injury, not pleasant at all.
It's definitely a thankless job being a referee.
And devoting your time, getting out on the field and making sure that these blokes play entertaining games of rugby league to make sure the spectators enjoy watching the game.
It looks like there's a little bit of looks like the mother of the player that's on the ground here for NRL Victoria. It looks like she's come onto the field to just check to see if everything's okay.
Yeah, obviously a lot of concern, and you see the camaraderie there of NRL Victoria sort of huddled up, hoping for the best for their player that's gone down, Oa Taunu.
Well, as we take a little break here in play,
can prepare that gate, please. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Under-14's trophy final. We've just had a delay in play, and we have 4 minutes left remaining. Newcastle 14, Victoria 8, and the referee blows time on. That's a good run. He's made himself 10 metres. Victoria looked to push the ball forward, and good run there. And here's number 8, which is Brett Pritchard.
Been solid all day, Brent Pritchard.
Last tackle here for NRL Victoria. Didn't go the distance that they needed.
Our team for the next game.
Not sure if that was the right kick to float. I would have tried to drill it into the corner as far as I could, but since the stoppage has picked up, it's a very strong breeze now as opposed to a light gust. We see a good run here from Newcastle. It's William Charles.
Short side. Here's Jacob Morris. And the winger just stays in the field of play there. Fourth tackle. He's Jared Williams. He's been very good for Newcastle today, Jared.
Yeah, one of their best on ground. Oh, penalty. Do you go and try and take the 8-point lead?
Well, with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left on the clock, you'd be silly not to.
Yeah, yell from the coach on the sideline to take the 2, and the arms are pointed towards the uprights. So it'll be Tyrese Gordon with the shot.
And we must thank all the medical staff for both Newcastle and NRL Victoria for their wonderful efforts in the last 40 minutes due to a stoppage with an injury to one of NRL Victorians players. So we hope, on behalf of Bar TV and Country Rugby League, we hope that he is okay, and he's now in the best hands of medical professionals.
Yeah, unfortunate circumstances, but you know, it's what happens in our game, and they're in the care of Wine Hospital, and a penalty goal there successful for Tyrese Gordon. So 8 points of difference, 16 points to 8. And I dare say that might be shop shut on NRL Victoria, but they could go for the short restart here.
We've got a minute and 7 seconds left on the clock.
16, NRL Victoria 8.
And coming up after this game, we have the Under-15's trophy final between North Coast and Group 6 Junior Rugby League. And that will kick off straight after this Under-14's trophy final with Newcastle 16, NRL Victoria 8. And just a delay in the kickoff there, and it's an impressive kick, and there's a knock on. Referee calls play on with 20 seconds left on the clock, and we have NRL Victoria 20 metres out from Newcastle's try line. They go to the right and just need to spread the ball here, NRL Victoria. And that's the last play. No, the referees finished it there. And in the Under-14's trophy final, it's Newcastle 16, NRL Victoria 8. I'm Josh Walton, here with James Robertson. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the Under-15's trophy final here on Bar TV Sports. Look forward to seeing you then.
For NRL Victoria and Newcastle for a very, very good game of footy.